What's up, everyone, and welcome to the round 2 back 9 here at the 2022 Waco Annual Charity Open presented by Prodigy Disc. This is the second stop of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. You're watching it here on Gatekeeper Media. My name is Mitch Phillips. Joining me is my good friend Hayden Riccard, talking about the front 9 a little bit.
Front 9, it was ups and downs for a couple of people, but Mason Ford, man, was after those birdies.
Yeah, his just game feels so well-rounded and so quickly after a bag change, after a sponsor coming over to Dynamic Disc this year, checking in with our card, really setting the pace, 6 down through 9. The rest of our card, 3 under. Harper just over par with that just unfortunate triple to finish it off, needing to turn it around. Talk us through some of the leaderboard here.
Yeah, we got Paul Macbeth. He is 6 under, and Luke Humphreys is just behind him, just 2 strokes back. As we move into hole 10, 591 feet, par 4. There's a big shot off the tee, trying to get up just about where these trees are, or just past it on the right side to set you up towards the green.
You really don't want to be left.
No. Or far right.
Just, you don't want to be in the rough, but definitely left on this because you just get so cut off with the way this green kind of pinches there towards the end. Probably the most attackable drive of a par 4 we have.
Yeah.
Not so nice.
Mason asking for it to be nice, and maybe not the nicest, but he didn't get too far of a kick, though. Joel, more of a shot up the middle here. That looks great. Odd tree hit there at the base of it, but still puts him in a good position. And the disc listens to Ricky asking for it to not hit
got clean.
That somehow. Incredible shot there from Ricky. And he needs it. I mean, he's had a pretty long streak of pars here.
Yes, he has.
Really needing to turn it on here on the back 9. And a drive like that will set you up in position to do it. Is this mid-range?
It looked like it at first, but I can't tell. It's got to be.
Definitely mid-range. But, I mean,
if that's his play on this hole, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
You minimize the left-to-right movement. No chance of going into the rough like Mason did. Get a pretty brutal kick here. Forehand roller. Using the whole fairway.
Nice work, Mason. Thank you.
Hitting a tree there at the end, letting it not curl back into the woods.
Stay up. Stay up.
Good shot from Harper, and he is pin high, fought down in the ditch there, left of the pin.
It does keep going, but yeah, just not enough commitment to let that turn all the way there. Going to be on the lower side of the green, just outside circle. Save. Smooth forehand there.
Great approach from Joel.
Yeah, really anytime he gets to throw that signature disc and that approach, I mean, just leans on it, backhand, forehand, flex shot. Fighting through as well. It's one of those spots in the course I feel like everyone fights through, so it slowly makes a hole.
Just beat it in. Just flashing the chains.
Nose up, just not enough. After so many birdies in a row, it's going to come to an end here for Mason, but Ricky getting it going.
It's good for him there. Give him some momentum going into it and carry it on
and
to the next holes.
You give him a tiny bit of momentum.
You give him anything, and he's taking a mile.
Give him one good tree miss, and look at that. First birdie in a while. Harper to find his first birdie after the unfortunate triple bogey on 9.
and almost goes all the way through. These baskets are giving him some trouble today.
Yeah, to see a spit through all the way through the middle would be pretty insane with the design of these baskets.
I don't know if that was full vertical, though.
Yeah, it was a little bit on the left side. But sticks it there, finds a birdie, bringing himself back to even on the round. That'll be 3 birdies on one of the harder holes in the course. Came in as the 6th most difficult. Had a majority of the people finding par, just a 10th under par on the day, but definitely one you kind of expect to play a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Moving into hole 11, just a little bit easier on the spectrum of difficulty. 279 feet, par 3. Interesting landing zone. You kind of want to hit this hill just outside the circle and skip up. If you go long, it's brutal back there, but most common mistake is going to be to hit one of those trees on the right, and then or just kind of early out of the hand, because this is a very narrow fairway.
She'll go into the forehand mid-range. This looks really good. Just at the bottom of the hill. So we go into Joel's form check.
Really keeping that elbow tight and that back foot almost clipping the front foot. So much weight shift on a forehand. You see some players maybe not get all of that weight through and kind of snap through a little bit of wrist, but that was a full body forehand. 279 feet with an approach disc.
It's routine.
Yeah. Backhand here from Ricky. More direct line.
Sneak through. Gosh, dang. He's getting unlucky with these tree kicks, but able to scramble and be contention as well.
He'll be circle's edge there on the top. Pretty favorable. Backhand mid-range here for Harper.
Flip and turn. Decent kick off the root there or something.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Mason again going mid-range here. There's a couple players who come to mind. I think Drew Gibson, one of them, that's anytime he can throw a mid-range, he's going to. And Mason,
yes.
He's gone mid-range off of at least 5 or 6 of these tees so far. But this is just a little bit early out of the hand.
I thought I was going to sneak it.
Having to go forehand to get it, just put it close. Curls through, but definitely a different line than I was kind of expecting him to take there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be more of just the hyzer into it.
So Ricky just a little bit low, and thankfully it does sit. Harper for birdie to carry that momentum. Just low on the right side as well. And you can see absolutely no wind at this point in the round.
No, the flag is sitting still. Great putt from Mason there to get the par.
Hoping that wind stays away for these next couple holes. A lot of players definitely want to make corrections after some
no
big
doubt.
numbers. We finally get to Joel's putt for birdie. Picking up the only birdie on the card. It's such a short par 3, you'd expect there to be more, but coming in is pretty difficult.
Five down.
Yeah.
The hole was shooting 40% under, 13% above. I feel like he can play super more difficult like we saw yesterday.
Yep.
So we go into hole 12, 609 feet, par 4. This is a tough one. Getting around this bend here, trying to put yourself in a good position to attack the next fairway / green. This is tough. There's 2 options you can do. The backhand, and then you go to a forehand. Or you can do backhand. It's just a little touchier.
Yeah, we saw even players on round 1. If you haven't seen that, definitely go back. We saw Bradley Williams go sky and hyzer.
Yeah,
over
that was
the top
impressive.
to a tap-in birdie. It was insane. As Joel going forehand. This is a touchy forehand. You can't push it too straight or you get caught up so
Just like
deep.
he did there. I think he's on the edge, though, so
Yeah.
he may be able to get out.
Ricky going fairway driver, a little more inside.
Good kick. Holy great kick.
Really
Good kick. Really good kick.
Ricky's discs are just listening to him today. He's asking it to miss. It's listen. Good kick. It's good kick.
Missed that? This looks like a good pull.
I mean, for sure. Just, I don't know. That was good. No, I feel it.
Center cut.
It is interesting. I think a lot of places on this course, you either have this hard pan dirt where you have these huge skips, and then spots like that, it's more the dusty kind of hit and stop.
Come on. Hurry.
This looks flatter.
Ooh. Just needs to get down.
Thrown a couple of these forehand rollers so far, so he's got it warmed up, which maybe is not a good thing when you have it.
Missed the gap just barely, and now he's in more of the brush on that left side. And I think it's a little bit thicker on that side, too.
Yeah, once you kind of make this corner, it definitely thickens up. Ricky going for the pin here.
Always get through someone all the way.
To inside.
Yeah, just a little inside.
Please. Thank you.
Have a pretty easy up and down. Harper going backhand mid-range.
Higher, dude.
Ooh.
You hear him asking, definitely need to throw it higher. Very understable disc. If that had the height, would have for sure been able to make it all the way there.
Joel going to the forehand.
Not too much. Go, 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 go. Oh, gosh, that was
Oh.
so close.
Put
He's
him
up
on
on
the
that-
edge.
I was gonna
Circle
say-
two, yeah.
I was going to say, he's up there, and he's almost on the flat plane to the basket.
And Mason just getting all up in here. Thorns at his
I was going
knees.
to say, is he going to throw with that thorn right in his arm?
He's committed, man.
All right, dude.
You don't mess with Texas. And he is
Don't
throwing a,
mix.
oh, yeah, just short of that tree. You have a straight look there to be able to maybe throw this in for par. But going to
That'd be a highlight I'd like to see.
Oh, of course. Kind of neutral putter here.
Blind over the top.
Just putting it close. And Mason, pretty tough, his last couple holes, definitely, par on the last one, but after a pretty good streak, finding some difficulty as Ricky puts it close as well.
That's what these holes can do, though.
Yeah, these long par fours in the woods. Harper with pretty long, but somehow clean look.
So this is a change for this round. This was playing the most difficult. It is at 46% above par
Jeez.
for the field.
How many birdies do we have? Is just high for Joel?
8%. So that's nine players.
9 players out of 119 able to card the birdie.
That's a complete flip from yesterday when 15 was the hardest.
Right. I mean, it's just the lack of wind. Those holes you're able to make corrections on. And that's what we love about, courses like this. When you're in the woods, you're not in the woods. I mean, the perfect 9 holes in and out. We saw at Worlds last year where you had a course that was completely open.
Oh, yeah.
You had a course that was nearly completely wooded. This flip-flop back and forth of the leaderboard is I need to score here because this is my game, and I need to play safe because this is not my area.
Yes.
And Waco just consistently such a good tournament to show a true champion.
And Ricky cleaning up his par there. I agree with you. I like it, though, because it gives more of a balance to the whole setting of where we're playing and who's doing well, who's not.
Yeah.
Having my own line of discs, all named after sound design terms, is a dream come true for me. I'm just so thankful for Prodigy for believing in me and giving me this opportunity to have a couple amazing discs under my name that I can trust.
As we move into hole 13, par 4, 555 feet. Definitely one of the easiest holes here on the course when the wind is down. Going to be a just full shot out of the backhand. This one is, I mean, you can get an eagle. We've seen people, hit this rock wall on the right, maybe with a backhand roller, but big forehand flex, really just getting to get out of the woods, get some frustration out, maybe some bogeys you picked up on the way, and just rip
Throw
into
some
it.
distance.
Yeah. Forehand out of Joel here. Known for distance, backhand and forehand. Going wide route here. Love this.
Thank you.
That's all you need. I mean, it's sub 600-foot par 4.
Just setting himself up. That's all he's wanting to do there.
See if Ricky goes with more of the inside line or is going to go full hyzer. Inside flex. Oh, this is huge for Ricky.
That is massive drive.
We talked about on the front nine. I mean, in the early days of Ricky Wysocki coming on the scene, he was known as this massive forehand driver thrower, and it's coming back. I mean, that was an incredible shot.
Stay up.
Just low. Does get a good amount of ground play out of it, but going to be an interesting spot there for Harper.
I think he might have to opt for the forehand. Oh, we'll see what he chooses.
Just low for Mason as well.
Yeah, dude.
Skip off the mound. Give him some more distance.
I was about to say that needs to just fade in just a little bit. Going to kick him, just outside circle. A putt he's hit so far. Had some good strokes, but I mean, cannot say it enough. We've probably said it too much already, but the putts and the approaches on this hole yesterday and the wind and the conditions.
That's crazy.
You weren't feeling good about a 6-foot putt because it was hitting chains and blowing out and then rolling 30 feet away. 30-plus mile-per-hour winds here on 13 yesterday. Straight headwind. Not even the same course, I feel like, today. Easy work for Joel to lay up for the birdie.
Ricky going to a jump putt.
He's jump putting there. That was like a 480-foot forehand. It was a huge forehand.
That's a mash.
I mean, 555, and he's jump putting outside circle 2. Jeez. Outside circle 1 here for Harper for the birdie. Just a bit off.
Another one again, just to the left.
And our whole card, I mean, we've hit so many chains.
We have. Good putt from Joel for the birdie.
Mason to do the same.
Good cleanup.
Yeah, kind of righting the ship after some difficulty there early here on the back nine. But just a tap in, and Ricky's heating up. He got 2 out of the last 4.
Good job.
Harper's still hanging out at even. Take us to hole 14.
Yes, we go to hole 14, 303 feet, par 3. Open shot with the triple mando, gate at the beginning. And this one, you want to put it close and card another birdie. OB doesn't really come into play much, but those rocks do. But it also helps you stay in that circle 1 area.
Yeah, you have some players I feel like either go pretty overstable forehand, so there's no chance of it going long.
Yes.
Or they'll disc down to kind of that approach speed on the backhand turnover.
Oh my God.
And that actually does find out of bounds left. That's a brutal kick. A pretty rare miss there from Joel. And Ricky as well.
You've got to.
Oh, wow.
And he goes OB too.
Just hanging on a little bit too long. And both of them, You see Mason make a correction here. Both of them had that kind of approach speed disc in their hand as Mason's going flex, but no way. Come back in bounds.
What is going on?
Is there something happening that we're not seeing here? There's no wind.
There's barely any wind. You can see the flag behind you.
It's got to be that mental correction from yesterday.
I mean, there's some wind, but
not enough to have 3 of our players go left of these trees here.
a right to left wind.
Harper to make the correction.
Everybody's struggling on this hole.
Yeah, one of the easier holes on the course. Ricky trying to ring it up
the stats say
for par.
alone 48% below of the field was under par on this hole.
Yeah, I mean, over half the field in circle one.
Only 8 players had a bogey or worse. Or just a bogey, sorry.
And unless this, 3 of our players throw in, we're going to see 3 out of the 8 here.
Oh, sit.
Oh, no way.
Sit.
Stop rolling. Okay. Outside circle, but thankfully stays in bounds for Harper. And he's got work left to do.
Wow. Nice run.
I don't know what he was wowing there at first.
Yeah, he was definitely trying to run it. Yeah, 3 out of the 8 bogeys on the day for sure, and we're hoping Harper is able to put this in. Excuse me, that would have been bogeys. So we're going to see 4 bogeys? Wow.
I think that's the most you'll probably see on this hole.
I mean, out of 119 players, there were 8.
8. 48% below, 45% par. And only 14% was parked. That's a low percentage. That's only...
But 4 bogeys for our card here.
That's 16 players.
The crowd was so spectacular today. Just the energy from you all was just amazing. I love you, Oregon!
Heading into hole 15. Only hole finding a pretty big change here. It used to be a par 4, now it's a par 3. 558 foot. Definitely one of the longer par 3s we're going to play on this swing of the tour for sure. No change other than the par.
This one's always giving people difficulty, though.
Not too much. Oh,
It's just a little bit too much turn from Joel.
Oh, my. But a smash.
It stays in.
And he is...
Edge of circle 2, yeah?
Yeah.
Huge shot from Joel. That's a 500-foot drive. A little bit of tailwind even. Even with the conditions being so ideal, this is a great shot from Ricky as well. If we can miss this. Oh, wow.
Sit. That was a fantastic shot, though.
He'll be just outside circle, maybe be able to save it. But, I mean, this was nearly unplayable yesterday.
Oh. It was super hard. It's already hard in itself. Just the
perfect
distance right now.
It's still difficult, but...
Man, that was a smash from Ricky. If he was able to stay up there. See what Harper can do. This looks really good, too.
Yeah, hold right. Slow down.
Oh, yes. Great pull.
Yeah, Harper with 500 feet of hyzer flip power. Great freaking shot.
Routine approach from Mason.
Oh, and just
It almost had the right height.
Very close there from Joel Freeman. Trying to find the rare birdie. Just call it an eagle with the way that the difficulty
Might
is
as well.
here. I mean, oh. And with that missed putt, we can now say that there were 0 birdies here. 0% under par scores on 15. And just high for Ricky. Going to be back-to-back bogeys.
Clear as day. No wind.
Yeah, if you're going to get a 2 on this hole, it's today. And there were none.
Good putt from Mason there to finish out this hole.
Yeah, I mean, our card being able to bounce back a little bit. But Ricky, I mean, going back-to-back bogeys on... I mean, 15 makes sense. You know, third hardest hole on the course. But our whole card on 14 struggling. Able to bounce back here. But, I mean, the mental is definitely coming into question as we're wrapping out 16 through 18. Not easy holes.
Definitely not. I mean, this one you said was third difficult?
Yeah.
Sees why. I mean, 0% below par. That's...
I mean,
I think that's a new
yeah, I was
one.
going to say, that's a new stat as that's low. Just unlucky. It'll be the bogey here for Harper as well. Yeah, there's probably less than 5, maybe less than 3 holes on the whole tour where there are 0%.
There may be
under
more,
par.
but that we might be missing.
I don't know. I can't think of any
I don't
times that
remember
I've
any.
said that. Frustration there from Ricky going bogey again. And Harper as well. Yeah, over a third of our field over par here. So we go into hole 16.
609 feet, par 4, big open shot here. Just trying to avoid the sidewalk OB and get yourself into placement to attack this green. Elevated basket. I think you can see them rip very far for this one with the wind conditions today. Okay.
Maybe not the turn that Joel was expecting on that disc, but
We'll have an open shot to it, as you can see here. So nothing wrong with that at all.
No, being
Should
on the
be
left
an easy
side.
birdie.
right. And this is going to be pretty low ceiling if you turn your drive over. You see players kind of have to go to a skip shot even. Playing that left side as well. I'd love to see a just huge backhand roller
Oh, that'd be
with
impressive.
the width of this fairway. It's really, I feel like, the only hole that you can do that on with the width of it, but our players all going air shots so far.
Yep.
And that's the catching the right side of the tree. No! And they don't know it. People
No, they
clapping
don't.
that it caught that right side and finds him OB.
I think he's out of distance to see it.
Right. I believe that did kick out of bounds. We saw the graphic there.
He was
but
on the sidewalk.
late turn here from Harper. Just gets down. Oh, this is huge.
Wow.
That was massive drive from Harper.
Oh, get it nosier. Wow.
Yeah,
A little
just
upset there with his approach.
and Ricky was out of bounds. Yeah, just a little bit too nose up, I think, from Mason there, as this is just perfect. Just tap the
Right
box.
on line.
There you go, Harper. Turning it around. Trying to find back to even today. Good upshot from Joel as well. A little bit of tailwind, which is a good wind, I think, on these raised baskets. The way if you miss, it
I'd
doesn't
rather
push
have
too
it.
far. Yeah.
A tailwind. Great putt from Mason.
Wow, let's rewind that back. Coming down to the hip. Great height, using the tailwind and putting it home on the raised basket for the birdie on 16. bouncing back there. Solid round from Mason. Just the par for Ricky.
And you know he's got to be frustrated with the last 3 holes he's played.
Tap in there for Joel. You know what I mean? Our card, sitting at the -6, best so far. I mean, you got to expect scores today, maybe pushing it into double digits with the scoring conditions.
I'd hope so. I hope the players can do that just because of what happened yesterday. Not saying 8 down wasn't a great round. It was.
Great round yesterday.
Fantastic
Nearly
round. In the conditions that were given,
right?
Perfect. Take us into 17, Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, let's continue here. 17. Most players are going to go forehand. Definitely one of the most treacherous greens and approaches on tour, in my opinion. You see big forehands here as Joel goes up over the top. Does get caught up, though.
Really?
That's going to be tough from there.
All I was telling myself, I'm lining up the shot. I'm like, just don't hit the branch. Okay. Now we're happy.
Just don't hit the branch. That's all you got to do. It's just don't hit the branch. And you hit the branch. You got to keep it a little bit lower there.
Disc golf's pretty easy if you don't have obstacles.
Oh, it's incredibly easy. We did see some players yesterday go backhand mid-range to a great spot. And that does
He said same thing. Get under it.
But that's going to be an interesting spot. He is a little bit short on the right side there.
I like the low line play. Playing the hillside.
Yeah.
Skipping up there. Great shot. You don't bring that tree branch into play.
Right. Ricky definitely trying to put this one maybe almost pin high before you make that turn. This needs to get through it. That is huge.
Oh, it does.
That is an
Perfect
enormous forehand. We've talked about it
place.
so much. We finally get a look here. Big hop step from Ricky. That low swing. Not as much of that, weight shift we've seen some of the other forehands this round.
I mean, you didn't even use all the pad.
Shorten it up, keeping it compact, and just snapping through. And Joel having to aim at a cloud and spike down here.
Yeah, I think he just had to pick a spot. I don't see his disc.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it landed there, but it's in bounds, heard the claps. And that's what happens when you are short here. You have to just blindly go around the corner. Maybe a little long. No, that's perfect.
A little long.
I'm out of his hand, the height there.
That was great.
Gosh. And Ricky, after an incredible drive, is able to go to a approach disc. Nearly putter speed here.
Yeah.
It's definitely in Ricky range, I'd say, usually, but today just a little bit of the woes just inside the circle. And Mason actually the closest because of how much fade he had on the disc on the drive. But he's blind here.
I don't think that's an issue.
Nah, circle's edge, maybe a little bit closer there.
This is a tough and scary putt for Joel.
Yeah, and you could tell he's just in his head. Don't push left and high, don't push left and high, and does put it right low. Good miss.
Another solid putt for Mason. Climbing back up.
Ricky from a similar distance. Flag kind of moving for the first time in a while. Left to right wind.
Yeah, Rick.
Good putt for Ricky. You know he's feeling that one after those 2 bogeys and going out of bounds a couple times.
That's 2 in a row there for Harper and Mason. Able to pick it up. And
Harper back down to even for the round.
yeah, it's been a pretty up and down here. I mean, Definitely a newer face here on the tour, but I mean, it shot a great first round. Unfortunately, going to be, sitting at even, trying to take himself under par, but a tough one to do it on 18, Hayden.
It is a tough one. Got to carry all the way over the water, 468 feet, par 3. And it's just, even in the conditions we have today, it's still a tough hole.
And there is that bailout side on the right if you aren't feeling it, but 99.9% of players here are really pushing this, but that's
Mason
turned.
Oh. Wow.
And that, sometimes when you're trying to carry 450 plus feet over
Just
water,
put too much on the
I feel like that's
on your angle.
Right. I feel like that happens more than people really talk about because it's a little bit too much turn. And Ricky, good correction here. Great correction and putting it circle's edge.
Yeah.
Phenomenal shot there.
It's going to be staring at water, though.
And Harper's definitely, shown some distance here when the wind's down. He has a great hyzer flip control. Let's see if he can finish off with 3 in a row. I love how close he keeps the disc to his body. That power pocket just stays so tight.
Oh, stays clean.
Getting the gallery here on 18. Getting the encouragement there from Kale. None of our players in the water yet. Joel definitely has the distance here. Needing that strawberry power. Oh, yeah. Just. No! I thought it was further up on the hill.
We didn't get the graphic.
It definitely slid down for sure. This is pretty scary approach here.
Wow.
Sit down. Oh, no.
Curls into the water for Mason.
Out of bounds again.
Here's Ricky for his birdie putt. Sneaks it in. Good finish for Ricky.
It takes him to 5 under. Definitely not the round Ricky was expecting to have.
He's tied for 9th right now.
Yeah, dropping a couple spots in the day. Joel trying to finish it out with a birdie. And he does.
It was a par.
I'm sorry for a par. He did go. He did
go
fall in the
bogey.
water. My fault there. And I was surprised to see Mason not go forehand. Try to stay on that high side. I mean, he has a great touch with the backhand, but man.
Let's see what Harper can do from down here.
Trying to get back under par. Huge gallery here today. I mean, sold out crowd. Tomorrow's going to be enormous. The weather's looking to be pretty similar. Maybe even a touch warmer.
Great putt. Great
3
finish.
in a row.
1 under for the round. Got to be proud of yourself for that.
And Mason staying composed. The unfortunate double there to finish it off after such a great round. I mean, it would have been matching Joel at 6 under, getting there, jumping up onto the top card, but pretty difficult, kind of weird things happening on this back 9 here.
It was. There's holes that we expected to see them birdie, get a little bit better scores on that just gave them so much difficulty. And as we look into the round 2 leaderboard, Paul Macbeth at 9 under.
Chris Dickerson at -11. Hot round of the day. And that's what we kind of expected going into.
I love seeing Robot Chicken up there.
Yeah, I mean,
especially with his new sponsor.
Yeah, locking into that Discraft bag quick.
Yes,
he is. Shooting the hot round of one of the rounds in Vegas, now here in Waco. I mean, It's incredible to see a player lock in that quick. Mason Ford, another one.
Yes, he is.
Really was on it today. The putt was great. The touch, backhand.
A little bit of unforced errors.
Yeah, just a little bit, especially there on 18, but hoping to make some corrections here. Going into the final day, weather looks like it's here to stay. It's going to be pretty.
I'm excited.
But it is Texas. We're going to find out. But my name is Mitch Phillips.
And I'm Hayden Riccard.
Be sure to like and subscribe here at Gatekeeper Media, and we'll see you for the final round here in Waco.